Uh, Today I am going to discuss with you guiding principles for assessment in early childhood care and education. National Education Policy 2020 says it is foundational stage. So we can say what are the guiding principles for assessment in foundational stage. Uh, I'm going to discuss the principles for assessment from NCF 2022 for foundational stage. Nature and purpose of assessment. As a teacher, we should know why we conduct assessment, why it is necessary to conduct assessment, uh, how we are going to do, what are the things we need to consider when we do assessment for foundational stage children. So NCF says in a competency-based curriculum as proposed by the NCF, assessment is simply ways and means through which evidence of the learning achievement of children is gathered. So assessment, why it is beneficial, why it is crucial. Through assessment, we gather evidence of the learning achievement. Assessment in foundational stage can serve the following purpose. जानते हैं क्या क्या है. Identify the needs, preferences and interest of the child. This information can guide the teacher in the selection of content and pedagogical approaches. Second, give the teacher an insight into the learning achievement of the child and guide the teacher on the future course of action. Children's responses to assessment tasks are a wealth of information on which teachers can further act. These responses give a window into the child's thinking and learning process. Careful analysis of a child's responses is as much a task for the teacher as designing well thought out assessment. Assessment allow consolidation of learning. Assessment tasks, when well designed, help children in consolidating their learning through meaningful activities and exercises. Through the application of recently acquired knowledge and skills, children further deepen their understanding and abilities. Fourth point, make collaboration and coordination possible in effort to provide the appropriate learning opportunity for the child. Information gathered through the assessment can be shared with all stakeholders who have an interest in promoting learning of the child. So when we talk about all stakeholder holders, it can be parent, principal, teacher, management. We can say government institutional education department. Anyone can ask. So give the rate of progression over a period of time for each child. It is not just the achievement of competencies, but also the time taking to achieve these competency that give important information about the learning process. Give an overall view of the learning achievement of children in a classroom at an aggregate level. This information is helpful for both the teacher and the school leader in planning and organizing content and pedagogy to achieve curricular goals for all children. Next point, given the different socio-economic background of children and differences in the pace of learning, gaps in the learning between children in the same class begin to emerge early and could get pronounced by grade 2 if not addressed in good time. Ongoing, well designed assessment can help a teacher design appropriate additional learning experiences for children who are not learning adequately. Next point, or you can say principles, give early signal about possible development challenges or learning difficulties the child might be facing. While this is particularly important in the foundational stage, equal care must be taken not to the level children, especially based on poorly designed assessment. So once again, I have touched guiding principle for assessment at foundational stage. What are the nature and purpose of assessment? This is the reference article is National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage 2022. If you want to read a lot, if you want to read more, you need to go through NCF 2022 for foundational stage.